Hi there. I know why you're here. You want to see all the new Reaper cosmetics that Season 16 brought, but you don't have them unlocked yet, because you didn't spend the first 3 days of the season grinding all the commendations. Well, don't you worry, because this guy right here did, and I essentially have already 100%ed this season, so I'm here to show you all the new stuff. First, I'll go through everything, then at the end of the video, I'll explain how to get all the new cosmetics, and show the commendations that are required for them. Keep in mind, I'm not going to show the bone and blade stuff, because that's just plunder pass stuff, but I will say, they do look cool. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this showcase, and I will talk to you in a bit.
Lost
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little showcase. Now I'm gonna explain how to get everything. Oh, and before I do that, I just want to say make sure you have a lot of gold, because most of these cosmetics range from 600 to 800k gold. Yeah, they're not cheap at all. Anyway, first I'll start with the Human Reaper clothing. All of the Human Reaper clothing requires the Dastardly Desecration commendation, which requires you to complete the following commendations: Ancient Archaeologist, Relics for the King, and Bony Bodyguard. The Ancient Archaeologist commendation requires you to dig up 15 ancient pillars from the new quest. Relics of the King requires you to sell 50 of the new Skulls of the Banished to the Servant of the Flame. And finally, for Bony Bodyguard, all you gotta do is complete the new quest without your Bone and Blade skeletons dying more than 6 times, which is pretty easy to do if you use a sword. For the Reaper's Bones, Peg Leg, and Hook, all you need to do is complete the Rusty Rescuer commendation, which requires you to dig up and revive 30 Bone and Blade skeletons outside of the new quest. For the new Skeleton Curse cosmetics, there's a few things you need to do, but I'll try to explain it clearly. For the 2 new Bone and Blade headpieces, you'll need to complete the Reaper's Rivals commendation, which requires you to sell 15 stolen Skulls of the Banished to the Servant of the Flame while running the Reaper's Bones Emissary and wearing the Skeleton Curse. After that, you'll need level 120 in the Servants of Flame for the Bone and Blade Captain Skull, and level 115 for the normal Bone and Blade Skull. For the 2 upper bodies, you'll need to complete the Masterful Tactics commendation, which requires you to hit 50 chain shots on other players' masks with the Cannon of Rage, while wearing the Skeleton Curse. And like before, the Allegiance level requirement in the Servants of the Flame for the Bone and Blade Captain's upper body is level 140, and level 135 for the normal version. For the 2 lower bodies, you need to complete the Skeletal Sabotage commendation, which requires you to explode a Cannon of Rage on another player's boat while wearing the Skeleton Curse. Once again, you'll need level 130 in the Servants of the Flame for the Captain's Bone and Blade lower body, and level 125 for the normal Bone and Blade lower body. Finally, for the Rusted Raw Bone color, you need to complete the Bony Bandit commendation, which requires you to sell 3 stolen Reaper's chests while wearing the Skeleton Curse. And like before, you need to be level 150 in the Servants of the Flame. Now for all the Reaper's Bones weapons, you will need the Mobile Cannoneer commendation, which requires you to complete the following commendations: Skeletal Sabotage, Masterful Tactics, Rageful Cannoneer, Twice Curse Cannoneer, and Burning Bombardment. I've already covered some of these, but I'm going to go over them again in case you only want the weapons. For the Skeletal Sabotage commendation, you need to explode a Cannon of Rage on another player's boat while wearing the Skeleton Curse. For Masterful Tactics, you need to hit 50 chain shots on other player's mast while using the Cannon of Rage, and while wearing the Skeleton Curse. For Rageful Cannoneer, you need to kill 150 things while using the Cannon of Rage. For Twice Cursed Cannoneer, you have to hit 5 cursed cannonballs on another player's ship while using the Cannon of Rage. And finally, for Burning Bombardment, you have to hit 20 firebombs on another player's boat while using the Cannon of Rage. And last but not least, the Reaper's Bones equipment. For these, you'll need the Crew of the Bone and Blade commendation, which requires you to complete the following commendations: Wild Order, Ancient Order, Plentiful Order, Rageful Order, Rusty Rescuer, Explosive Surprise, and Mobile Mortar. For Wild Order, Ancient Order, Plentiful Order, and Rageful Order, you just have to dig up Bone and Blade skeletons and complete a quest 10 times for each region in the Sea of Thieves. For Explosive Surprise, you just have to give a Bone and Blade skeleton a keg. And same thing for Mobile Mortar. You just have to give a Bone and Blade skeleton the Cannon of Rage. And finally, for Rusty Rescuer, you just have to dig up and revive 30 Bone and Blade skeletons, which you will probably do anyway if you're doing the other commendations. Well, that's everything. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like and subscribing. If you want to watch more of my content, consider watching these videos on the right until I post again. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video enjoyable and informative, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one.